Hello everyone. In this video, I shall be talking about Palo Alto virtual wire. We'll look at how it works and how to set it up on our network. But first of all, what is virtual wire? So this is a tool on the PAN firewall that is used to insert security on a link in our network without changing the network structure of such link. So to better understand virtual wire, we'll consider the scenario shown in this topology. So this represents an enterprise network in which the internal user in XP has access to the internet. So let's verify that quickly. So I'm going to ping 4.2.2, which is it's a public server. Okay. We can show have access to the internet. So the internal users in this network have access to the internet. But the problem here is we are not sure of a secure access. So the router R1 and R2, so as they are plain routers, no access list, they're not doing any filtering. So this is a network that's pretty much not secure. So internal users can get access, but we are not sure of security of internal users. In this case, we're going to insert security between R1 and R2. So going back to the definition, so I said without changing the network structure of such link. So that refers to my R1 and R2. So after inserting my firewall or my virtual wire, I expect that nothing changes with the forward information basis of R1 and R2. So in this case, also if we check the ARP tables, we should have the same results before and after we install our virtual wire. So this is of course to to ensure security while maintaining less overhead on our network devices. So to go ahead to install my virtual wire, I will have to remove this link, and I'm going to pull up the firewall, what represents the firewall in between this network. So I will need a switch for management. I need a PC for management. So I need a Windows 7 for management. So I'm just going to quickly configure this host as my firewall. So I need a VMnet one. So for more information on how this works, how the VMnet works, you can check my previous videos. So VMnet 3. So I'm going to apply and say OK. So I'm going to connect this to the switch 3. And of course, to my management PC, connect to the router R1 and router R2. So let me power this on. So I'm going to do an initial configuration for my firewall, after which I will log in using my Windows 7. So I will need a network for my management. So let me use 192.168.13.0. This will be, and make the management interface .1. Just 10. In which case my WinXP is having an IP of .10. I should verify that. IP config. Yeah, that's 12.10. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So I need an initial configuration for my Win 7. Let's go. So this is my firewall, the command line for my firewall, installed on VMware. So I'll log in. It's taking some time here. Okay, let's see how that goes. It's sure taking its time. I'll just give it some time by minimizing it. So, so let's check it now. It's still not in yet. So I'll go and look at my Windows 7. See what I have. Okay, Windows 7 is also coming on. Okay. So I'll just wait for my firewall to log in. It's taking some time. My firewall is taking some time to log in. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I'll just configure the firewall. Configure. So I'll set device config, system, IP-address. So and this is 14.1 with a net mask 255.255.255.0. Now commits. So these are our basic commands to my PAN firewall. So as I wait for it to commit, I'll go to my Windows 7 and see if I can verify its IP address. It's still coming on. Okay, my firewall is committing. So the plan would be to put the interfaces of the firewall as shown into the virtual wire mode and enforce some policy on the firewall. Let me see. My okay, okay. So I just finished committing my configuration, and I think my Windows 7 is ready to go. Okay, so I can quickly verify the IP address on my management PC. CMD. IP config. Okay, so I'm having 14 dots. So 11. So I'm just going to change this to dot 11. Okay. So now I should be able to ping my management interface on the file 14.1. Okay, that looks good. So I'll just launch my web browser. So say HTTPS colon 192.168.14.11. I already have it there. So I continue to the site. So I'm going to log in to firewall. I say okay. So before I continue, I'll verify the route table on the two routers. So on R1, I'll say show IP route. So I have a default route on the on R1 pointing to 13.3, which is the R2 interface. So of course on R2 I have a default route pointing to 137.1, which is the internet in this case. And we have a route going to 12.0 static route. Okay. So back to my firewall. I'll go to the network tab. So I need to make these two interfaces. Ethernet 1.1 and Ethernet 1.2 a virtual wire pair. So how do I do this? I go to is either you go to the virtual wire tab or you can go through your interfaces. So let me go to my interfaces individually. So my Ethernet 1.1, which represents the interface close to our my R1. So I want it to be a virtual wire interface. So do I have a virtual wire configured? No. So I'll just go to new. I'll create my virtual wire. I'll just say my virtual wire. my virtual wire. I'll click OK. So the zone, I'll create a virtual wire zone. So I'll call this my V wire zone, VW zone. I'll say OK. So that's the V wire zone. And I'll just click OK. That's all. So from the interface, from the individual interfaces, you can create your virtual wire and just attach the interface to the virtual wire. So on the Ethernet 1,2, I'll do the same. Of course, this is going to be easier because I already have my virtual wire. So this is going to be interface type is virtual wire. So that's very compulsory. So I'll go and select this is my virtual wire which I can create. So as I said, I can go and create it under the virtual wire template, or I can create it through my individual interfaces. So again, my zone is already there, my virtual wire zone, and I'll click OK. So before I commit, I want to test if my internal user can still access the internet. So I'm going to ping 4.2.2.2. As we can all see, it seems to be timing out. It's timing out. So right now, our internal users are cut off from the internet. They can access the internet. So let me do a continuous ping. Ping 4.2.2.2 minus T. So I'll leave that running while I commit my configuration. So I'm going to commit this configuration. Let's see how that works. So I just finished my commit. So, so let me see the effect on my internal users. So let me close this. Okay, and see my interface is growing, is ready. So let me check my. Wow, look at that. So now my internal users, they have access to the internet. So everything is looking good right now. So I've been able to pass traffic to the internet without writing any rule on the PAN firewall. So so the reason why this is so is because if you go to the policy, we have a default intrazone rule that allows traffic. from interfaces that are within the same zone. So if you look carefully, the two interfaces are in the same VW zone. So by default, traffic is allowed to pass. So that's why my internal user can access the internet. So it's being passed by the intrazone default one. So if I want to alter this behavior, I can create what looks like a stealth rule that's going to deny traffic within that intrazone. That will now give room for filtering as required by the enterprise. So let me add what looks like a stealth rule. So stealth rule for my VW zone. So it's going to be an intrazonal intrazonal rule. So the source, of course, is going to be my VW zone, and my destination is, of course, my VW zone. It's detected already. So for any application, and the action is, of course, deny. Log as session starts. So I'm going to commit this and see the effect on my internal user. So if I go to my internal user, let me try to ping this 4.2.2 server. Right now, I'm getting no access because traffic from the the VW zone going to the VW zone is not allowed by my new rule. So now I'm going to write a pass-through rule for the 12.0 network, which is the network for our internal user. So I'm going to add new rule. So pass-through rule or internet. Let me say internet access rule. So of course, this is going to be an intrazonal rule coming from the VW zone. Here, my source is going to be the 192.168.12.0 network. And of course, my user is any here. My destination is going to be the same zone and any address since we're going to the internet. The application, I can leave that as any for now. I can log as session start, and the action is allow. So let me OK this. And one more thing before I commit, I'll make this rule move up to the top so that it won't get shadowed by the stealth rule. So I'll commit and see the effect on my internal user. So again, my internal user now has access to the internet. So if we look at my routing table on R1, nothing has changed. So for the R2, nothing has changed according to the definition of virtual wire. So we're able to retain the forward information base on our layer 3 devices in our network. I hope we're able to pick one or two things from this lecture. And I want to thank you for your time.